everyone, my name's Crystal and today I'm going to be giving a new overview of the conveyancing process from a buyer's perspective. So just a little bit about me is I'm currently a conveyancing assistant working in a city firm in Leeds, West Yorkshire, and I have been in this role for about 5 years now, and I'm due to start my training contract in just about 3 weeks. So I went to law school for my undergraduate. I then went and did the legal practice course with masters before then starting my role full-time in law. So I have taken the traditional route, and since I've been in conveyancing for about 5 years, I thought I may as well just share some of the information and knowledge that I've learned over the years. So firstly, the reason why I feel like I need to cover this is because I feel that in my role in conveyancing, you often have people, especially first-time buyers, they're not too sure about the process, and it's not really something that we're taught in school. So I thought the best way really to learn something like this is to share knowledge with others, and obviously a lot of the time you're not really going to know about the process unless you're actually going to go through that process yourself of buying a house. So whether that's buying a house because it's your first house and you're going to move into it, or if you're buying a property because you're a buy-to-let investor and you're starting off your portfolio or building that portfolio, you will obviously want to know what the process is in relation to that to ease some of your worries, and also just mainly ease some of your worries so you're not going into it blind really. Your solicitors and mortgage advisors, estate agents, they do provide guidance. They're able to answer any questions you might have, but just having that initial indication of what to expect can be really helpful. So firstly, just a disclaimer, this is a general overview about the process. This does not constitute legal advice, so I will just be going basically over the process generally. So firstly, what is conveyancing? When I go out networking, meeting people, and they ask me what do you do, I normally say to them I work in residential property, because if I say to someone I work in conveyancing or I'm a conveyancing assistant, they say to me, what's that? Like, I don't know what you're on about. So conveyancing is defined as, well, the legal definition of conveyancing is defined as the transfer of legal title or the ownership of property from one person to another, which you would need to instruct a solicitor to do for you. So that's where the solicitors come in. The people involved when you purchase a property are usually the estate agent to help you find a property in the first place, a mortgage broker if you're obtaining a mortgage, and then obviously there's the mortgage lender. Your mortgage broker will communicate with the lender on your behalf in order to secure that mortgage offer. And then you also have your legal advisor, so your solicitor, who will be carrying out the legal work. They'll carry out all the checks on the property that you need to know before you are comfortable confirming that, yes, I'm happy with this property, I'm happy to pay all that money towards it, and I'm happy to have that property in my name. So the process of what a solicitor does is it is dependent on whether you are obtaining a mortgage. The process can slightly differ depending on whether it's leasehold or freehold. I'm going to be speaking from a freehold perspective. However, if you do want to have any more knowledge or you want any more explanation from a leasehold perspective, then feel free to just leave a comment below, and I'll obviously do my best to answer any questions, or I might just do a separate video on leasehold. So from a solicitor perspective, if when you come to the stage of instructing your solicitor, this is usually after you've already communicated with the estate agent, after you've already communicated with your mortgage broker and you have your offer, you then get in touch with the solicitor, and the solicitor will send you, so you know how much it's going to cost you for the legal services. They'll give you a breakdown of what this involves. Once you're happy with that quote, you obviously confirm to your solicitor, yes, I'm happy with this, please go ahead. You should then receive a welcome pack. Some welcome packs are received by email, some solicitors still do it by post, but it's rare. And then some will have an online questionnaire where you can just complete it through a portal. So after you have instructed your solicitor, you will need to do things like ID checks. Your solicitor will normally get in touch with you regarding those. If you are a cash buyer, you don't necessarily need to have the searches ordered. If you are obtaining a mortgage, you will have to have the searches ordered. Lenders require this for purchases. And then once your solicitor receives the contract pack as well from the seller solicitors, then they will raise any necessary inquiries with them. So this could be inquiries which relate to the searches. They'll have a look at the title documents of the seller. So it will be, the seller will have a title, it will say the property is currently in their name, it will say whether there's any mortgages under that title, it will say whether or not there's any restrictive covenants, so for example ways you can and can't use the property. So if you wanted to buy the property because you want to let it out in the future, but there's a restriction on the title which says, for example, it can only be used for residential purposes, it can't be let out, or you can't use it for Airbnb, then for example your solicitor will read through that, they'll raise any inquiries in relation to those, and then towards the end or the middle of the transaction, your solicitor will then report back to you. So at that point then it's usually the reporting on title is usually also when you received your documents for signing. So the contract, the transfer document, which transfers the seller's title into your name following completion. And then also you will receive any copies of searches as well towards the end, and any other information you need to know, like for example like warranty certificates, gas safe certificates, and that sort of thing. So yeah, basically the overview is instruct your solicitor, confirm your instruction that you're happy with the quote, ID checks, you'll need to have your source of funds checks done with your solicitor. They'll ask any information on bank statements, which must be done, and then there will also be the searches, inquiries, and then there'll be any satisfying any lender requirements, and then the solicitor will report out to you, and then you sign your documents basically at the end. And then at that stage, that's when you talk about, well, when is the moving date, when are we going to complete. So yeah, that's the overview really. I think I'll go into a separate video of like what exchange is, what completion is, anything specific to leasehold. So if you have found this video interesting so far, then please feel free to just subscribe to this video, and you'll obviously be notified about any other videos that will pop up. But yeah, I hope you find this helpful, and if you've got any further questions, then just feel free to drop me a comment.